How many people did you tell?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Liberty.
Colbert's got After Midnight's Taylor Tomlinson and Nicki Minaj. New tonight.
The FBI's are coming.
First day on set. We're rolling.
That's what I'm talking about.
Let's go! Hey! The wait is over. We're back.
We are back.
All new seasons of The FBI's, part of CBS Premiere Week after Super Bowl 58 on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
More snow piling up overnight. I've got the details on that and our latest weather alerts. Live from downtown Marquette, it's your 19 News.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Sarah Blakely. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, down to the top 3. Which names made the cut in the Marquette Area Public School Board search for the high school's new nickname? Plus, the clock is ticking down to another potential government shutdown if Congress is unable to agree on the budget. We'll have the report from Washington. And across the UP this week, some tips if you're heading outdoors, and we'll let you know when we warm back up. Your 19 News starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 11.
We're at that point in winter where the air is so cold it hurts your face. Ariane, that of course doesn't stop the college kids from playing broom ball though.
No, and even though they're technically frozen right now, they are moving. I just think it's too cold for the camera to actually show what's going on. Very cold temperatures up there in Houghton as we've got winter weather advisory going on all the way up to the Keweenaw and down into Ontonagon County, as well as Mackinac County here. And then we have a wind chill advisory just south of us in Wisconsin. I'll go over all of the details, but we'll see more snow, gusty winds, and those wind chills continuing. Temperatures very frigid this evening. But again, I'll have more details about those weather alerts after the break.
Thanks, Air. In Dickinson County, emergency crews are on high alert with these frigid temperatures and wind chill. Iron Mountain faces bone-chilling temperatures with wind chill values well below zero and strong winds. First responders advise wearing layers and having some spare blankets in your car. Integrity Care EMS paramedics say there's an increased risk for hypothermia and frostbite, especially for those more susceptible to cold weather injuries.
Elderly population should be on the lookout as well for them. Check on your loved ones, make sure everybody's staying warm and has everything they need, stocked up on groceries, and try to avoid going outside if you can.
At 15 degrees below zero, even a slight wind can cause frostbite within just 15 minutes. New tonight at 11, the Marquette Area Public School Board narrowed down the list of potential nicknames for the high school to 3. The MAPS Board of Education approved 8 names for consideration earlier this month, and tonight the board selected the top 3: Reds, Red Jackets, and Sentinels. The board says the names that were cut were either already being used by another school district or members of the community shared a negative opinion about them. There were no public comments at tonight's meeting, and not many people even showed up, only about a dozen. But the board president says they did receive many emails since the top 8 options were announced.
Comes down to it, it's not about the 7 school board members, you know. It's about the students. It's what they want to represent them. So it is good to have student voices and, you know, also community voices too.
The board says the decision on the name will be made next Monday. The next step will then be deciding on a mascot and the visual aspects of rebranding. A Marquette man will spend at least the next 7 years in prison for sexually assaulting 2 people, including a 14-year-old girl. 27-year-old Dalton Duquette was sentenced to a minimum of 7 years, 11 months in prison. He could potentially face up to 15 years. Duquette was convicted of 2 counts of criminal sexual conduct in the 3rd degree against 2 victims. Court documents show it stems from incidents back in May of 2020. The Marquette County Prosecutor's Office says Duquette committed sexual acts of violence against the 14-year-old girl he had authority over, and also sexually assaulted an adult female acquaintance. The prosecutor's office says Duquette will not be eligible for parole until he has served at least his minimum sentence. In Washington, time is running out for Congress to finalize some budget bills. The deadline for some of these bills is this Friday, but the House and Senate still haven't voted on those bills, which have some worried it could trigger a partial government shutdown. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp shares the latest developments on this.
On Sunday, congressional leaders released a stopgap bill that would keep the lights on for now. The new short-term measure being pitched would continue current spending levels for federal agencies through March 1st and March 8th.
We achieved a strong top-line agreement that allows our Appropriations Committee and all those who work on this to complete the appropriations process. It's an important part of keeping the government running.
But the clock is ticking. Members have until Friday to finalize the first set of budget bills, or else there could be a partial government shutdown. But Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is dealing with a rough road ahead. On Sunday, the conservative House Freedom Caucus posted on social media saying in part, "This is what surrender looks like," referring to the proposed continued short-term resolution. Members in that caucus have been outspoken about these budget bills, wanting to trim down spending. And with a much more narrow majority in the House, Speaker Johnson needs all the support he can get to move these bills along.
Our top-line agreement remains. We are getting our next steps together, and we are working toward a robust appropriations process. So stay tuned for all of that to develop.
At the Capitol, Rachel Knapp, WZMQ 19 News.
It's expected the Senate will agree to a procedural motion tonight, which will jumpstart this proposal's movement in the chamber. Meanwhile, today in Washington, a bipartisan group of lawmakers announced a deal to expand the child tax credit. The tax credit was expanded in 2021 to help families during the pandemic, but it returned to its normal levels in 2022. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon reports on efforts to expand it again and what it would mean for working-class families.
So a lot of out-of-pocket costs to pay for these kids, and our grocery bills are about 50% higher than they were 4 or 5 years ago.
Cassie Williams is a mother of 2 living in the Detroit, Michigan metro area. Williams' family received payments under the expanded child tax credit, which she says provided stability during an uncertain time. But the child tax credit returned to normal levels in 2022. Thousands of families, including Williams, were cut because they no longer met income requirements.
We were really worried for a few months there.
Without the checks, Williams says the whole family felt the impact.
Financial stress also bleeds into your children's lives too. We're more stressed out parents. It makes it harder to be the parent you want to be when you're stressing over money.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, under its expansion, the child tax credit lifted over 2 million children out of poverty and resulted in a child poverty rate of 5.2% in 2021, the lowest on record.
It decreased child poverty in half.
Eileen Ariaza is the executive director at Parents Together. She says today's deal is a good first step, but wants to see the child tax credit expanded to 2021 levels.
So it included a lot more families. The amount was expanded, and families were able to get monthly checks as part of the expanded child tax credit.
If today's deal ultimately becomes law, Ariaza says it can lift 400,000 children out of poverty.
It's very hard for families to make ends meet right now. And so having this expanded child tax credit can make an incredible difference for families.
Reporting in Washington, Brendan Scanlon, WZMQ 19 News.
That deal still needs to be written into legislation and has to pass the Republican House and Democratic Senate. There is a push to pass it quickly, though, before Americans file their taxes this year. Your first morning weather forecast is coming up after this break, plus some reminders for pet owners during these sub-zero conditions. And later, how you can help an Escanaba baker in an international competition to be named the greatest. We're back in just 2 minutes.
19 News is brought to you by Kirkish Furniture.
Sleep better with a new mattress from Kirkish Furniture. We proudly feature Made in the Midwest Restonic mattresses. Try one out today and compare other major brands. Let our sleep specialists help you find the bed of your dreams at Kirkish Furniture.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to buy get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go.
3, 2.
For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
Tonight on Colbert.
Hey, Steven.
Taylor! A special appearance by After Midnight's Taylor Tomlinson. Plus, Nicki Minaj takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New tonight on CBS.
Hidden in your jewelry box could be a custom designed piece of jewelry that you've never worn before. Hi, this is Sherry from Erickson Jewelers. And like most people, you probably have some old jewelry that you just don't wear anymore. We'll bring those pieces into us and together we'll design a new creation. It'll be unique, just like you, and you'll be proud to wear it every day. Tonight, go through your jewelry box, and tomorrow, come see us at Erickson Jewelers. We'll have you wearing a new piece of fine jewelry that you love at a price you didn't think possible.
Hello to you, I'm Gail King.
I'm Tony DeCopel. And I'm Nate Burleson.
This is us. We're all here to wake up your mornings to help make sense of the latest overnight developments.
What you can expect from your day before you head out the door. You'll also hear directly from the biggest newsmakers in America.
And you'll see the best group of journalists in the business with exclusive reporting and breaking overnight news.
That's a lot. Watch CBS Mornings right here on your new CBS affiliate in the Upper Peninsula. That's WZMQ 19.
Now, WZMQ 19 News First Warning Weather with Ariane Stasek.
Now, we don't have a storm warning, but we do have that winter weather advisory for the Copper Country. So we're going to focus there, as that is where the most snow accumulation is expected to hit, up to 11 inches, especially in that higher terrain area. And then we've got a wind chill factor, -20. So it's going to feel even colder than what the current temperatures are showing. And winds are going to be gusting up to 35 miles an hour. So your commute tomorrow morning for Houghton and Keweenaw counties could be quite treacherous. We also have this wind chill advisory down here in Wisconsin, specifically Florence County, where we could have -15 to -5. Just a reminder, frostbite can occur to exposed skin in less than 30 minutes. So if you can, stay inside. So getting back to the weather alert as far as winter weather, we've got up here in Houghton and Keweenaw and Ontonagon County, up to 8 inches for Ontonagon County. And then as we get further north, we'll see a lot more accumulation. I'll show you that with the snow outlook here in just a moment. 2 to 4 inches expected over here in Mackinac County, but it should be fairly less than what we're going to see on the northwest side. So let's get into those snow accumulations. Up to 4 inches in the morning by 9 a.m. for Eagle Harbor. Everybody else a little bit less than that along that northwest coast, but keep your eye over there because that's where we're going to see more accumulations. And then we'll have lake effect snow showers continuing throughout the week, even into Friday. So we'll see even more snow, maybe 9.5 inches there in Ontonagon on Thursday night. And then by Friday morning, close to 12, but more so 11.5 inches. So you'll definitely need your snow blower up there. So UP temperatures right now still very cold. It actually feels like -18 here in Marquette with these wind chills, and that west interior also has those coldest temperatures. Let's take a look here at how cold it was in the past 12 hours. Watson in Marquette County had -16 as their temperature. Ranville was a close second with -15, and Ken as well as Seney also had -12. So very chilly out there, and that's going to continue into our next day or so. Conditions right now, we've seen a few snow showers, sprinkles over here in Marquette and Alger counties, but as we get into the early hours of our Wednesday, we'll see more snow like we saw in that snow outlook along that northwest coast. And I mentioned we'll have some Superior snow for everybody along that lake shore, but down south, y'all might be seeing some sunshine, more so than the rest of us up north. Right now, our winds are coming out of the southwest, kind of calm, other than, of course, our Copper Country there, where we've got those gusts. We're expecting 35 miles an hour. Those lows tonight, negative digits, like -1 in Iron River, and up to about 5 or 12 degrees in Eagle Harbor there, but it's not going to feel like that, is it, folks? Houghton, we're seeing wind chills tomorrow, -7 throughout the day. We've got that winter weather advisory and those temperatures not very warm. I'll have your 7-day outlook here in 15.
Thanks, Air. With temperatures reaching below 0 today, several Delta County schools told students to stay home. Gladstone Area Public Schools was one district that canceled classes, citing the dangerous wind chill. The district superintendent says if an air temperature of -20 or a wind chill of -25 to 30 is projected through the beginning of the school day, administrators will then discuss the possibility of canceling school.
Typically, if the call is going to happen in the morning, we try to make the decision by 4:30, 5 o'clock at the latest. It isn't as common that we make the decision the night before, but if something looks rock solid, like it's going to happen, we do take that into consideration because that gives parents more time to make preparations.
To view school closings in your area, just visit WZMQ19.com and click on the closings and delays bar at the top of the page. The National Weather Service says these sub-zero wind chills aren't unexpected. After a long stretch of warm weather, cold blasts of air blew over a widespread area of the Midwest and traveled north on the Great Lakes. Although large bodies of water like Lake Superior can provide a break in the cold weather, meteorologists say it does nothing for wind chill. The National Weather Service says the cold winds have even traveled down to the Gulf Coast, and places like Texas and Alabama are seeing snow.
Widespread, really large blast of cold air, the first one of the winter season that made its way through the eastern half of the country. But by the upcoming weekend into next week, we return back to the pattern we've seen during the first half of the winter for December and January.
Meteorologists say, though, next week we'll be seeing above freezing temperatures, and the packed snow will most likely stick around, though, for the rest of the season. Many pets have a nice furry coat, but that doesn't mean they aren't affected by the cold. The American Veterinary Medical Association says most pets are susceptible to frostbite and hypothermia and need to be kept warm when outside in these frigid temps. For dogs, shorten the walks, check their paws for any injuries, and put a sweater or coat on them. The team at the Humane Society in South Bend, Indiana, where temperatures have also been in the single digits this week, say don't leave your pets outside alone.
Well, keep it brief, just to go out to go potty, come back inside. You're looking at their paw pads too. It's really easy for ice and snow to get compacted into their paws. If you have salt down, you want to make sure that you're using pet safe salt. And like I said, just keep it quick.
Humane Society recommends calling animal control if you find an animal out in the cold. Food festivals are increasingly popping up in communities all around the world. Wendy Gillette reports on the tasty trend today.
A band serenaded the crowd at Casa de Campo Resort and Villa's first food and wine festival in the Dominican Republic a few months ago.
It's really going to be the catalyst for an annual event which we'll plan every fall here.
Drinks were flowing at the 7,000-acre resort, which features a new spa and premier section overlooking one of 3 golf courses as celebrity chefs, including Akira Bach, welcomed guests. Food festivals are growing in popularity. One 2023 survey shows almost half of global consumers were likely to attend a food and drink festival over the next year, topping film, theater, music, or sporting events.
One of the world's most exclusive food festivals, the Cayman Cookout, here at the Ritz-Carlton Grand Cayman, celebrated its 15th anniversary this past week with almost 100 events.
The whole concept started as any good ideas with a glass of champagne on the beach and thinking, what could we do?
The festival offered a lawn concert and blowout parties by night.
This carrot juice is cooked down.
With cooking demos and tastings by day overlooking the turquoise water, along with catamaran tours and seemingly endless garnishes of caviar.
The Wagyu is full.
But it's the easily approachable chefs, including Eric Ripert, Emeril Lagasse and his son, Andrew Zimmern.
It's hysterical watching them.
Kristen Kish and Jose Andres that differentiate this event, among those offering us special rates.
Being in paradise and with a lot of people that you really enjoy for their food or talent, and be interacting with them, it's rare.
Toronto resident Jonathan Pierce appreciated the chefs as he attended for the first time.
Being able to sort of see them almost sort of up the competition, because they're almost trying to outdo each other, is really quite fun to be part of.
The sun may have set on year 15, but the dates are already in place for next year over the MLK Day weekend.
Speaking of food, an Escanaba woman is a quarterfinalist in an international competition for the title of Greatest Baker. Katie May has her own business baking a variety of desserts, but her specialty is sugar cookies with these intricate three-dimensional designs. May is a quarterfinalist in the Greatest Baker competition. The winner will receive a feature in Bake From Scratch magazine, a chance to meet the cake boss, Buddy Valastro, and $10,000. The mother of three says she would use that money to help care for one of her children.
Daughter has autism and suspected cerebral palsy, and we travel downstate to Mott's like every month for appointments for her, so we need a vehicle with all-wheel drive. The cookies that I make in my kitchen, people are like, wow, those are really pretty, and that's really special to me.
Online voting closes Thursday. You can find the link at WZMQ19.com. Sports is on the way. Mike Ludlam is in after this break.
Who'll be there when amazing rises up or need for a warning comes falling down? Will you start a career in the broadcasting industry? Be there. Go to BeThereMichigan.com.
Shop our huge selection of Amish crafted dining room sets at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Browse our large in-stock collection and customize with a special order with 1-year no-interest financing available, plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture today.
I thought it was just a rash, but it had a bullseye ring around it. My doctor said it was a tick bite. Luckily, we caught it early.
Ticks found in tall grass around your home can spread Lyme disease and other illnesses, which can lead to chronic health issues. The CDC estimates nearly 500,000 people across the country are diagnosed with Lyme disease each year.
I didn't understand why my brother was having so many asthma flare-ups. Sometimes he couldn't breathe. Turns out a roach problem at home was triggering it.
Allergens left behind by dust mites, roaches, and rodents are a major driver of asthma attacks, especially in children.
When I had a fever, body aches, and fatigue, I never thought it would have been West Nile virus. All it took was a mosquito bite while gardening.
Mosquitoes spread West Nile virus and many other diseases, and they can breed in standing water around your home. Protect your family from pests. Get the facts at pestworld.org.
PTSD isn't something that is just going to go away on its own.
Treatment works. It helps.
There's no shame in treatment.
Just do it. Your world will be so different afterwards.
It's a warrior sickness. It's not a coward sickness.
Never too late.
I guarantee you it'll help you.
It will change your life.
It turned my life around.
You can find peace.
I never thought I could feel this good.
Walk through those doors, take the step.
Go get help. It's the best and bravest thing you could ever do. Treatment works.
Good evening, everyone. The battle for #1 in Upper Peninsula large school boys basketball on the line tonight in Dickinson County. #1 Iron Mountain entertain #2 Kingsford from the big school poll. Now let's pick it up in the fourth quarter. Sophomore Jack Kriegel hits the shot there for Kingsford in the lane. Next, Iron Mountain's Matthew Kolovecki hits a free throw. Iron Mountain leads 43-40, as you'll see right there. Next, Cardell Morton drops this shot for the Maize and Blue. He led Kingsford with 18 points. Jacob Markworth hits a layup for Kingsford. And Gavin Trevelyan will bury a jumper that tied the game at 47. Last 8 seconds, Iron Mountain made 1 of 2 free throws. Kingsford missed 2 free throws with 0.6 of a second left. The Mountaineers hang on the post, a 48-47 win over the next door neighbors. To the scoreboard, where, let's see how well this goes tonight. Thank you. Escanaba edges Westwood 60-59. Did not hear from Sault Ste. Marie and Newberry. It was St. Ignace getting past Gaylord 66-62. John Ingles had 33 for the Saints. Gladstone and Gwynn, I did not get that one. Houghton and West Iron County, not sure that one was played. Lakeland and Hubble, 21 points for Gabe Popko, defeating Ontonagon 77-38. Bessemer speeds past Mercer, Wisconsin 79-43. Ironwood 73, Republic Michigami 47. Elsewhere, it was Hannahville over Big Bay tonight, 59-45. Lansing and Engadine were postponed. Pickford drops Northern Michigan Christian 77-53. Don't know if Sheboygan and Rudyard played. We can tell you that Munising Baptist defeated Grand Marais. That score was 54-31. And now we go to girls hoops. If we could please, the Negaunee Miners, and say hello to referee Art Van Dam with the opening tip tonight. Don't worry, Eric Van Dam and Carl Dahlhoff kept them in check. Maya Schiefeld and Michaela Delmont for the basket. Gwynn on the board first. Then for the Miners, it would be Callie Ryala finding Ella Mason in the corner. Michigan Tech recruit knocks that one down. She had 28 points in about 2 quarters of action. A short time later, Aubrey Johnson, Mason, Teresa Anderson from the outside. Triple try is true. 8-2 Negaunee. Another shot of Art Van Dam is coming up after this, as the pass will go over and in for that one. That made it a big Negaunee lead early on. There's Art telling us that we need basketball officials. We need officials of all sports. Halfway through the first quarter now, Dakota Shepard inbounds to Michaela Olson. And right at the end of the quarter, gets that one off in time, banks it home. Gwynn trails 18-10, but Negaunee turned on the afterburners and went on to win very easily, 72-18. On the board once again, I can tell you that Gladstone defeated Marquette 62-32. It was Calumet upending Houghton 44-41. St. Ignace fell to Gaylord 65-56. Dollar Bay and Wakefield Marinesco defeated Dollar Bay 54-33. Also, it was Forest Park defeating North Dickinson 53-43. Kearney Nato no trouble over Rapid River. Norway gets 35 from Lauren Adams, defeating Stevenson 53-42. Manistee edges Munising 42-39. Also on the board, victory for Big Bay to knock over Hannahville. That was 66-30. Bessemer 62, Mercer 50. And a couple more, I believe. Yes, Northern Michigan Christian, 6 better than Pickford. And it was Lakeland and Hubble getting past Ontonagon 64-44. Hancock trips up Ironwood 40-36. Brimley over Cedarville Detour 55-23. And apparently that score was really important, so I put it in again. 54-33, Wakefield Marinesco over Dollar Bay. Florence, 12 better than Niagara, 45-33. And Sault Ste. Marie over Newberry easily, 61-18. Turning to hockey now. Let's go to Lakeview Arena, where Marquette was taking on Negaunee, and boom! Captain Nash Reapy with the goal. Marquette up 3-0 in the first period. Patrick Klump made a number of good saves for the Miners, one of them coming up right here on the semi-breakaway. About a few minutes later, C.J. Carter carries the puck along the boards. He finds Tony DiMattia. He finds the back of the net. 7-0. Marquette wins by mercy rule, 8-0. Heading to Escanaba. Manistee and Escanaba making up that game from last week, and this is Austin Hinkson for Manistee, going coast to coast and scoring, even though the ice was not tilted to his advantage. 1-0 Emeralds at 9:55. For the Eskimos, Cale Carter will get a breakaway, and he's going to slide that one in to knot the score at 1. We move to the third period, same score. For Manistee, from Munising, this is Blake Walther, the left-handed wrister, sneaks past Cully Hayes at 5:57. Emeralds lead 2-1. They had not defeated Escanaba before, but it would be Graham Johnson tying the game right there on the rebound, and Cale and Escanaba gets 2 more goals and goes on to win 4-2. We did not hear from Kingsford and Rhinelander, but it was Jeffers over Calumet 6-4 Sarah. So busy night, of course, it's Tuesday.
Peter! Actor!
Actor is correct.
Pictionary.
Let me tell you, that was pretty dramatic.
Every weekday. Weekdays at 9 on WZMQ CBS.
The wait is over. England Furniture's quick shipping is back at Kirkish Furniture. Choose your style and fabric and receive your furniture in as little as 30 days. Browse our in-stock selection or let our staff help you customize the perfect sofa or chair. Plus, 1 year free financing and free delivery.
When finances and plans for retirement come together, it's a beautiful sight. Join our experts in shaping your tomorrow today.
Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome.
Wow, I was a really cute kid. But it's true, Shriners Hospitals for Children is awesome. The first time I went to Shriners Hospitals for Children, I was 2 months old. Since then, they have helped me with over 18 operations and thousands of rehabilitation hours. Because of their care, now I live a full, independent life. I got my driver's license, and I'm going to college.
It's amazing to know that there's someone looking out for me and my family.
And it isn't just the doctors and nurses who have been looking out for me. It was you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. So let's keep this amazing story going. All you have to do is go to loveshriners.org, and you'll be a part of something special too. Thank you so much.
Scott Minshaw reports at 6 at 11 on WZMQ 19 News.
Just one last look here at our winter weather advisories over on the northwest coast as well as the southeast coast. And then we have a wind chill advisory along that Wisconsin border in Wisconsin, where we could see chills down to -25. Those winds very gusty off the northwest coast, and temperatures tomorrow between -5 and 15. We'll have those wind chills as well, dipping down into that -20 range. So your highs are going to feel even colder. A little bit of sunshine though down south. Let's take a look at the 7-day for Marquette. Will be very cold here as well. We'll have a chance of flurries in the afternoon, and then Thursday maybe some snow as well. A little bit more sunshine coming this weekend, and then we've got the Lake Superior Hospice, Karen Hospice lip sync battle this Friday. It's going to be a little bit chilly, some snow flurries, but again, that sunshine coming this weekend. Looking forward to that, and those temperatures next week will be back close to 30s.
Friday is also a very chilly night for some ski jumps out in Ishpeming. Finally tonight, the UP Children's Museum is expanding its Designosaurus, building more displays for kids to enjoy. Partnering with Range Bank, the museum will be adding Piggy Bankosaurus to the playroom upstairs. The Designosaurus is how the entire museum was put together in the first place. From the intestine playground to the flushable toilet slide, the Piggy Bank idea is just the next step in bringing the outside community into the museum.
The things that the kids see every day. Kids will come through and help. They go to Range Bank, they're going to design the exhibit, what they'd like to see, and then work with one of our exhibit builders to actually build out an exhibit to be what they want to see and what they want to play with, which is exciting.
Now, it's all still in the preliminary stages, so no word yet on when that new exhibit will be up. And also just a reminder, the museum is hosting the Culinary Journey this Sunday at 8 p.m. You can taste a variety of dishes from all around the world. And that does it for us.
Shop hundreds of Lazy Boys at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton. Kick back in comfort in an industry-leading recliner. Choose from all fabrics, colors, and sizes with prices starting as low as $4.99 plus free delivery. Shop Kirkish Furniture in Houghton today.
Tonight on Colbert.
Hey, Steven.
Taylor. A special appearance by After Midnight's Taylor Tomlinson. Plus, Nicki Minaj takes the Colbert Questionnaire. New tonight on